Hey, my name is IDZHAM Malaysia. My metric number B0518101130. So today I'm going to talk about my project, product life cycle. Our product is a table fans. Our aim in the project is to determine the environment impact of the fan product process and its eco cost value by using LCA, eco value, eco design web and eco indicator. The scope is determine a product environmental impact, include the material used in the table fan part as well the design of the wheelchair. Our objective is to determine the life cycle of the table fans, to analyze the eco web design for each of the table fan parts. And the last one is to study the environmental impact from the table fans by using the eco indicator.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is FAREEZUDDIN bin RAIHAN SHARIF. Today I'm going to talk about the literature review of this project. Our product that is being chosen is the table fan. Okay, the first author is Hartini. Okay, from Hartini's statement, it states that the design of product will affect the subsequent stages such as the material requirement, the energy consumption and the manufacturing process. Okay, the next statement states that in the Indonesian country, fan is the electric appliances with the highest usage among the other electric appliances. Okay, the last statement from Hartini states that table fan is an electrical appliances that will generate many environmental impacts compared to the other electric appliances. Okay, the next author will be Xiaohang Jin. Xiaohang Jin states that the thermal related problems are the common cause of electronic product failure. And the next statement says that the reliability of electronic devices is dependent on the fan's reliability. Okay, next will be from Canvas. Canvas states that fan is a must-have item in any Malaysian home. Okay, after that, table fan is also the most effective way to promote ventilation among the other electric fan, as it will be near to an individual person when they are currently using it. Okay, besides that, ceiling fan is proved to be more air produced in the broader area from the table fan. Okay, the last statement from Canvas is the table fan has the easier cleaning alternative, as the height and the position of the table fan is much more narrow and is not as high as where ceiling fan is located. Okay, from the next author, which is Smith and Patterson, states that high energy efficiency axial flux brushless DC machine used to drive high efficiency blades. Okay, next, the standard ceiling fan has been fitted with high efficiency compared to the table fan. Okay, from the author named Taminan, states that the fan systems account roughly 10% of total usage from the total electricity used from all the appliances. Okay, the next statement from Taminan is the life cycle of fan system is able to be greatly lowered when the variable speed drive is adopted in the table fan. Okay, the next author is Saurabh Gupta. Saurabh Gupta states that the electric fans helps to mitigate negative health impacts to the heat wave, and the fan goal is to increase the heat loss by improving the efficiency of all regular heat loss techniques. Okay, from the author named Naiju states that the companies all over the world is reducing their costs and enhancing their profits. And designer utilize design for manufacture and assembly (DFMA) to study the possibilities of activity-based costing, modeling, purchasing, and manufacturing processes, giving valuable information. Okay, from the UK essays states that the usage of polymer and small size strong motor could make the fans lighter. And the common household appliances used for cooling in this time is the table fan. Okay, and the last author, which is Rosen, states that the design of the other components influenced by the changes of fan blades. The flat blades have disadvantages, which is the constant chord length and the fixed pitch angle. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is MINESHVARAN. My metric number is B0518101139. So I'm going to present the next part of the assessment, which is the methodology. So basically, what is product life cycle and life cycle thinking? A product has its own life cycle and moves through it. Life cycle thinking is an analytical tool that captures the overall environment impacts of a product, process, or human activity from raw material through the production and use until the waste management. There are 4 steps in the strategy, which is we need to identify the current procedures and then the application of a life cycle evaluation, and then we need to make a recommendation for the finest available techniques, and then the development of a best available techniques. All right, next, basically the life of a product. It usually goes through 4 stages, which is the introduction stages, the growth, the maturity, and the decline. In the introduction stage, it's like entails introducing the buyers to a new, like an unknown product. And then the growth. It's when the sales are quickly increasing at the point where the buyers have learned about the goods and like they want to buy the product. And then the next stage is the maturity, where the market has reached a saturation, which means the highest point. The demand is very high. And then the last one, which is the decline stage, and buyer goes on to other things, like they are used to the product, so they want to try something else new. All right, the next one, eco design work. So this is the one of the method we use in this assessment, which is the eco design work will be used to examine the eco properties of the component of the chosen product, which is in this case we choose a table fan. There are actually 7 factors are uniformly dispersed in a circular web. Next, a linear scale from the center to the perimeter is calculated for each parameter. The grading of sustainability can also be based on the color code that reflects each scale, with red indicating extremely terrible and green indicating a very good on the outer layer of the circle. The color scheme shifts from red to green gradient by gradient for each layer. Using the stated grading system, each parameter is evaluated independently in relation to the other 7 parameters. Materials, product, and services can be compared using the web area produced from the periphery point corresponding to the grades of each criteria. Okay. The next one is eco indicator. The eco indicator is a useful tool to determine a product's environmental impact. What does it bring? How does it impact to the environment? This is to ensure a proper implementation of the eco indicator. There are actually 5 stages that need to be followed. The first step is to define the purpose of the eco indicator by describing the product or component that is under consideration. The second step is to define the product's life cycle by creating a schematic overview for us to know. The next one is to quantify the material and process that can be performed by determining a functional unit, quantifying all relevant process that involve from the process tree, and then making assumptions for any missing data. And the fourth step is to complete the eco indicator form by finding the eco indicator values and entering them in the appropriate place. We need to look for it actually. And the fifth one is to interpret the results by combining the conclusion with the data and checking everything with the assumption and uncertainties.
Hi everyone, my name is Raveen Kumar, Magesvaran, and my metric number is B0518101176. So today I'm going to explain on the results and findings. Okay, let's look on the process tree. So for the process tree, 7 raw materials were chosen for manufacturing of the table fan. All those materials will undergo some manufacturing process for the next stage. ABS plastic, HDPE and rubber will undergo the molding process, and then PVC and steel will undergo the stamping process, while stainless steel will undergo a bending process, stamping process and also welding process. So these are the main process involved for the table fan. Okay, all the components are then assembled, packaged and delivered to the user. So after disposal or end of life, some of the table fan parts can be reused and also recycled or disposed to the landfill. Okay, there are many aspects to be covered in the eco-web design analysis. First is material selection, material usage, distribution, product use, optimal life and end of life, and also new ways of doing. Example of ABS material used for the table fan construction is fan blades, gearbox, oscillator, knob, decorative faceplate, switch, motor housing. And for the PVC component, it is spinner, and for the HDPE is guard lock nut, and then for rubber is rubber feeds, and for the steel is front and back guard wheel and also the motor, and the stainless steel material is for fixing screws and shaft, and also for the last thing is aluminium, which consists of body stand and also capacitor. For the material usage aspect, first of all, there are total of 15 components were analysis for this experiment, and the ABS plastic and PVC undergoes the injection molding process, while steel and HDPE undergoes the process of stamping. Okay, for the distribution aspect, it looks great because you can buy the things via online platform, and also the table fans components are now can be distributed by lorry, so it's kind of easier way. And for the product use aspect, it is eco-friendly because it can save energy and also cost at the same time. Okay, for the optimal life, I'm saying this because the table fan has a longer lifespan. Okay, and also it has a high durability and also easy to install or modify whenever you want to change. For the end of life category, as I mentioned before, some of the components can be recycled or reused, and some of the components can be disposed into the landfill, such as we can dispose the landfill of ABS, steel, HDPE, rubber, and also the aluminium can be recycled again. Okay, now let's focus on the eco indicator analysis. As you can see, I have prepared the list of materials with its amount and indicator and also its result. So as you can see the tables, the highest score is owned by usage phase due to its high electricity consumption during the use phase. So, and the second highest score is for the production phase. This is because most of the components are made by aluminium. So the process to make aluminium parts, for example injection molding, it is the highest amount, it uses the highest amount of energy during the production process. Least score owns by disposal phase. You also can see the negativity in their values because some of the aluminium parts can be recycled again for the next usage. So that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Chong. I'm going to present the discussion part of our table fan. The major area of sustainability is society, economy, and environment. We did the adjustment for the material selection of our table fan, which is switching to an eco-friendly material, accomplish the aim of sustainable development concept, and we make the lifespan to increase or extend because the components matter is coated to protect them from external threats. Well, our primary goal of redesign is to develop the system, extend the life of the table fan, and minimize the amount of material needed. The strategy is to employ a design for environment approach and extend the life of product using the amount of material used and switching to a superior material. There is a considerable difference in this discussion. We did modify the dimension of the components, the amount of materials used is reduced then, and the thickness of stainless steel portion is changed to a reduced thickness in order to save the material used. There is a new material selection method for our table fan. In terms of functions, objective, limitation, and free variables are among the design criteria. Aluminium and PVC was chosen as the new materials for the sustainability for usage. In the result, there is a lower eco indicator value and a better outcome. Thank you.
And the conclusion for our project is the aim of this project was to determine the environmental impact of fan product process and its eco cost value by using LCA, eco design web, and eco indicator. The second one, the life cycle of the table fan is determined as well as the eco web design for each of the table fans is analyzed, and the environmental impact from the table fan by using the eco indicator of studies. Thank you.